the thing about my marriage and why my marriage, let me say, didn't work out, is because when I was going to get married, I gave a condition. When my mother and everybody, like, before they paid my bride price, me, I want to go to university, because being brought up in a very humble background, back home in the village, my mom didn't have money and stuff. She managed to send me to secondary school. And then there was really no money to go to university. Then I met my husband, I married my husband. Then when I married my husband, I started having kids. So, but the condition was, my mother was telling me that, your husband is, from a very well-to-do family.
We sort this out.
Yes, when at some point in time, he would, send you to university, which I believed. So, but that now didn't happen to be the case. So when I bring up the university thing, it brings up issues. So I just one day, like I always say now, I'm going to decide by myself, have conversation by myself, think about it by myself. I can take the decision and later find out it's a mistake, or later find out, thank God I did this, but I just do it myself. Because I don't have a sister or maybe senior or even junior that will say, come on, this thing is, and then we'll maybe talk. Like they say, 2 heads are better than one. Me, I only have 1 head. And I'll use that my 1 head. I've been using it all my life. So and then my mom wasn't in support of it. My mom was not supporting me. My mom was 247 on my husband's side. If your husband does not want you to be educated, your husband doesn't want you to go to school and be having children and have a factory of children, that's what you will do. Because my mom believed in that. She's a typical Nigerian mother. So me now, at some point, I realized that I'm on my own on this matter. And I really, 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 really wanted to go to school. So one day I just left. I just left. It was a very, very bad time. I remember the first day I got to the house in Calabar. I had bought mattress that I put on it because I didn't bring mattress from Lagos. All those things already. I made sure I sold everything in Lagos. My bed, my gas cooker, fridge. The only thing I brought back from Lagos was my books, because I have a bookshelf. I love books. So, and I buy books. I buy my books. So I brought back my books, my plasma TV in the sitting room, and my few clothes and, personal, effects that were just left. That's all. I just put my mother in the car, those little things in one of the cars left, because I had sold others, and drove myself all the way from Lagos.
You drove to you?
Yes, I drove to Calabar.
To Calabar.
I got to Asaba here. I spent the night here. The next day, I continued and got to. So when I got to Calabar, I bought the mattress, and then I bought the door, because we had to first stay in the hotel. I had a hotel I used to stay when I come to Calabar. So we stayed in that hotel for like 3 weeks. So I was using this money now to do the front door, the back door, put burglary proof in the windows, and bought mattress and bought a stove, a few things that we can actually live by before I moved into the house. And that first night, I remember I just knelt down, I was praying, and I cried till morning. I didn't sleep that night. I was crying because I thought my life that was the end for me. That was like, where am I going to? So this is just the end for my life, First thing that woke me up in the morning was somebody I did a work for like 2 years ago. That's how I got the call. I didn't even have the person's number. In fact, at that point in time, I wasn't even doing social media, because I had sold my phone and I had this small phone like that. That was just my SIM card and just calls and text message. So that phone woke me up in the morning. First in the morning, this man that I worked for 2 years ago, I didn't have his number or anything. So immediately I saw the call the first time. I peeped, I didn't know the number. I tried to sleep again. Then the person called the second time. So with that anger, like, what the hell is wrong with this person? I picked the call and I was like, then the person just started quarreling. What is wrong with you? Your mother has been sick. You could not call people. So you don't even know that you have people that care, that you can just talk to. I think he ran into one of my colleagues who told him that I don't live in Lagos anymore. I've been in Calabar with my mother who has been sick, and so he was like, no wonder I was not seeing you in movies. You are not working, you are not even on Instagram. So I like, and I remembered Instagram, because the first person who told me about Instagram is Eyin Wigwe, that said, sis, why don't you, come to Instagram? That's where everybody is now. All the artists are there, like. And I'm like, is it not just to post picture like the same Facebook, Meanwhile, it's because I didn't have the kind of phone I would do that with. So he was saying, even Instagram, you are not there where your colleagues are. You are not there. They did an event in Abuja. I didn't see you. What is really? Only for me to realize your mother has been sick since, and you didn't tell anybody. You are a very stupid. You know, he just started quarreling like, and at that point I didn't even know who he was. So when I now asked like, who is this? We now mentioned his name. I remember there's somebody that we went for his father's burial, and because my colleagues that just arrived didn't see cups to use to drink, but there were cups from the other table. Some people that left. So I packed the whole cups and I went into the person's kitchen. And then the man came and saw me in the kitchen and said, what are you doing in my kitchen? I thought he was angry. So I'm like, I'm very sorry, sir. My colleagues, they needed cups. So he said, no, I'm not angry. I'm wondering what is the superstar washing cups inside my kitchen for. So we all laughed it out and stuff like that. So that was the end. I never saw the man again. Right. I didn't even know how to reach him, no phone number. So he was now reminding me, it's me that you were washing cups inside my kitchen when I buried my father. So it occurred, okay. I said, sir, I'm very sorry. Because, you know, my mood was that mood I slept with. I was already in that I was already in that state of life. I didn't want to live anymore. Anyway, so he now said, send me your account number. Let me give you something. So how is your mom? I said, she's getting better. My dear, in the next 5 minutes, my phone just ping. I saw 1.5 million.
Thank you for joining our YouTube channel. I hope you loved that video and you connected with it. Don't forget, please subscribe, please like, please share with your friends and family. Please comment. We love to see your comments, and to see the full versions, join our community right now or past episodes on watch.withchude.com. Let's be human together.